title today is, and the focus is, be priority driven. So many things pulling at us. If we don't have our priorities right, if we're not driven by priorities, but instead we yield to pressure, we're going to be in trouble. So we're looking at the third priority of four priorities, and we're talking now about a personal commitment to other people that are followers of Jesus. And we're zooming in on the family. Mom, dad, and children. And so we're trying to really focus today and for probably 4 or 5 weeks on a dad's role in the family. And this is really going to be a key deal. So we're going to give you 5 or 6 keys to being an effective father. First of all, today we're going to look at this one. A dad that has his priorities together. A dad that has his priorities together. You know, our wives always, or not always, but many say, I wish my husband would be the leader in our home. Let me tell you something. Dad, you need to be leading in the home, and you particularly need to be leading your children. So how do we do that? All right. The first thing is that if you want to be an effective father, the first key is you got to have your priorities together. Listen to this. Objectives always will determine the outcomes in your life. So what are you aiming at? Let me tell you something. What you aim at is critical because it will determine the outcomes of your life. You aim at nothing, you'll hit nothing every time. So what are the key priorities then that I think we need to consider? Number one is the personal area, your life, what you are on the inside. And how do you get your stuff together? How do you get your stuff together? How do we become an effective father from the inside out? You got to have a relationship with Jesus. You got to have a relationship, the only one that can come into your life and help you to become the person he wants you to be, the father he wants you to be, the husband he wants you to be, all of that. Because Jesus works from the inside out. And what he develops and what he's after is developing character. Because character will issue forth and determine what our conduct is. Someone said it this way: what you are is more important than what you do. In other words, what you are on the inside, the character side. A government official said this: if you know all the management principles without teaching character, you simply help the employee to become a better rip-off artist. And in the same way, if we have principles and things that maybe we've heard about over the years of what it means to be an effective father, but if it's not developing on the inside of you that character that God wants to develop, it's going to be a tough road as far as being a father. And as you begin to analyze how you're doing with your fathering, here's an educational principle that we need to understand. More is caught than taught. In other words, it's not so much what you say or I say to our children, it's what they see. Now, what we say is important, but more is caught than getting a lecture. So what are they seeing and picking up in you? So are you the kind of role model you want your kids to emulate and to follow? I love what the great coach John Wooden, formerly of UCLA, won 10 national championships in basketball. Listen to what he said. Be more concerned with your character than your reputation, because your character is what you really are, while your reputation is merely what others think you are. Now watch how this flows. Secondly, how about the marital area? You got the personal area. How about the marital area? If you don't have it together personally, you're not going to have it together maritally. How about the parental area? If you don't have it together personally, you're not going to have it together parentally. So one of the keys in being effective as a father is, in the marital area, love your children's mother. Let them see that in the context of the family, mama is number one. Not the kids, but mama. And then finally, professionally. No character, no values, no good marriages, no positive parenting. And therefore, an ineffective professional or ineffective employee or worker. Someone said it this way in their research about the family: 36% of employee downtime is related to dealing with family issues. Family's a big deal. So, number one key for an effective father is have your priorities together.